Hello, I'm Jordan Rudess from the band Dream Theater, and today we're going to have a little experience at my keyboard rig. So let me show you what it's all about. Let's go. Here we are in Frankfurt today, and this is my world. As you can see, the central part of my live setup is the Korg OASYS, and it's pretty much the majority of what people hear when I play. As you can see on my right, I'm using a Korg Radius as well. This was a big favorite in the studio. When we did the recording, I brought in the Radius. And every time I would go over to the Radius and play, everybody was like, "Oh my God, what's that sound?" So I had to bring it on the road. It's especially cool because it sounds great, but it also has a very nice display of lights, which is awesome. And this instrument is so perfect for me because it is probably the most powerful, single kind of workstation keyboard that I could imagine. And knowing that it's from Korg, I know it has the kind of musical design that's very important for me, especially just like doing this kind of a gig where I need so many sounds so quickly, and just to be able to get the whole thing together in a live environment. So what I do is, in the studio, I'll use all kinds of instruments. I'll use whatever I have, different things, software, hardware, and this control room is full with stuff. And when it comes to playing live, then I take all the sounds that I made in the studio and I figure out how to do them basically on the OASYS. In this case, I am also using the Radius as well. And there's some other things as well in my rig that you can check out. So let's look at some of the sounds. So like this kind of a patch is something that I did that's using the Radius for this kind of very heavy, low analog type synthesizer sound, and then the OASYS is playing the big orchestral patch. The other feature of my system here is that not only do I have these great sounds, but I also have the capability to move around while I'm playing. So if I want to spin the keyboard, you can see I can be playing along. So gives me some flexibility to have some fun while I'm jamming out here. And I've got a full kind of 360-degree rotation possible. There's a very, very cool hand that was built for me, actually by an artist in New York named Eric Laxman. And the rotating system is actually designed by a guy from the Netherlands. His name is Patrick Slots. So it's my new kind of stage design look. So let's look at some other things here. Oh, and since you're getting this in the picture, this is called a music pad. It's kind of my cheat sheet, so I can use it for some notes that I want to remember. So that's that story. So the OASYS is so useful to me because I'm able to cover, so much ground. I can put in some longer samples, some special sound effects, and then also play all my regular sounds. Like at the beginning of this one song, which is called "In the Presence of Enemies," there's a backwards kind of a spacey, almost like piano effect, and sometimes I'll assign the effects to my lowest key, so I can go like. Just hold the note. And very often I'll assign like effects and the control of them to the knobs. So in this case, we have this kind of like backwards reverb, and all the effects are happening on the OASYS. So when I play, and if I turn the knob, I can take away the backwards reverb a bit. But then add it when I want to bring it back. So there's a lot of control within the sliders here. And of course, one of the very cool things is that I'm able to do exactly what I want with the leads. We spent a lot of time programming so I could have a lot of flexibility playing my wild kind of burning leads. So like this is just an OASYS sound. So what's happening is that I have my usual kind of lead pitch bend set, because you can take the joystick and assign it to be like a whole step up. And then if I move the joystick down, I get an octave down. But also, if I push the joystick up or down, I'm able to get different harmonics to come in, and it's pretty cool. So if I move it towards me, you get, like the octave, a couple octaves above. If I press it away from me, you get the fifth. And then if I press on the switches here, I can change the interval for the feedback. So if I press switch 1, I switch 2. So there's a lot of cool like feedback kind of effects that are possible on the instrument as well. So let's see, what else can I show you? One of the things that I do in Dream Theater is a lot of times I'll double the guitar. And one of the great things about this instrument is that with all the effects in there, I can get some really cool, like distorted, very heavy, distorted sounds. So like in Constant Motion, we play this riff. So, and then like some effects on the Radius, things like, and I use the joystick to So this song actually features a bunch of various effects. Here I'm using this